There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Palace, who make on you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And he's no money, and more I know. And he love our money, more I know what it is.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, we are the best in the land. We are the best in Africa. We are the best around the world. And indeed, we are Sktv. That's why we always are right at your doorstep or bellstep or beeping up through your speaker. I know some of you right now, you are already glued and you can't wait. Always texting us, calling us back to back, giving us some informations. Also, at the same time, live situation, complaining about things happening, celebrating about things happening, and so forth, back to back. So, folks, we're back on the 22nd day of January. For a matter of fact, this month is the first month in the year 2026. If you stay having your resolution or stay thinking about maybe some of the things that you put into your resolution to go. Sometimes some of the mistakes that we keep making in this life is that we ask too much. And when you ask too much, sometimes the person you ask or you keep asking from, or maybe the person that you keep asking to give to you, sometimes the person feels frustrated. Sometimes they feel weak, and sometimes they think that you have nothing to do besides asking them. So, our Father who in heaven, He has so many things to do. So every time you go there, you won't get married. You want this one. You want travel. You want eat, or you want food. You want this. You alone, you have everything. And you know that we have how many billion people on the earth? I think we're close to almost, I don't even know about, some billion, almost 7+ billion. But good evening, people. Welcome to the Thursday edition. For a matter of fact, today's show will be interesting because today mark exactly 2 years. Oh, man, Mandicom, it's good too. It's good. Today mark 2 years of Mandicom, exactly 2 years when Mandicom was sworn in as the 26th president of the Republic of Liberia on this day, January 22nd, 2024. But this time we were gearing up for what? For the what they call the presidential dinner night. Yes, indeed. Good. You know, sometimes we can forget, you know, even though we have so many things running through our mind, but at the end of the day, we still keeping so many records. So on this day, the 22nd of January, 2024, and that was on Monday. At this time, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Deacon Joseph Yema Boakai, was seen somewhere, man. Yeah, you know, was seen as the what? You know, as you know, but that time, oh man, that money come, man, you know, sometimes there's some position when they get to you, you can still believe it, you know. So on this day, President Boakai felt that it was still a joke, you know. Yeah, it was still a joke. You know, still, but now let's share the show, people. Let's share the show. Help us share the show. Those of you who are just joining, indeed, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Help us share the show. Today is Thursday, the 22nd of January, if I'm not a fact. Help us share the show this evening. The show will be interesting. All of the things that you know about, all of the campaign promises, all of the things that you can still remember during the campaign, even during the time the president was inaugurated, everything that you think that you can still recall. Come with all of your book and sheets. Get everything ready and be able to speak out to your president. What are you doing well? What are you perform on some of the campaign promises? You know, you know, easy anyway. Let's share the show. The show will be interesting. Yeah, a lot of people will join us this day. Yeah, we still expecting a lot of panelists also on this show. And let me give it out to most of our veterans, you know, always follow us. Yeah, I don't want to start naming a lot of them, but they always follow the show, especially in the evening time. Always follow us, you know. Sometimes someone text me, oh yeah, Mabel, yeah, thank you so much. Well, yeah, we thank God. You know, these are things I will keep saying. Let the door be open to all Liberians, no matter where you come from, no matter your status, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter who you are. That opportunity be given to you. Because everybody have their own talent. But yeah, for us here, we criticize people, we bully people, we insult people. You know, that all we good at, you know. Even the lady that were appointed as Ministry of Youth and Sports. See the way some of you are bullying here and there. Yeah, man. The country too interesting. But anyway, people, let's go ahead, share the show, help us. We're doing it already. I'm sharing the show, the country interesting. So many things to talk about. The government of Liberia has finally sent a message out that indeed they will return the first 35 fleet of yellow machines that were received by them. That was 2024, sometime last year. Indeed, the government through the Ministry of Information announced that indeed the government will return the machines. So I don't know, some of you out there will ask you if you give your property out to people, or maybe to someone, maybe in the name of doing business, and when they hold it for certain time, what happened? Well, there you go. They're quite very interesting. What? Sometimes you'll be laughing behind the scene. But anyway, but so that's it. If you give me your business or your goods, for example, we that can do CP, we that can do EM, you just take, oh God. Just imagine though, just take somebody something for even for a few hours, and you tell them that you don't want it, and see how they can be bashing at you. Then somebody, whole country, whole government, take people property for a whole year, almost year, because that's happened in 2024. And 2025 already gone, now we're in 2026. So what happened? They say, no, we don't want it. We can, if I were giving it back. But I move. But are you ever here? Help us share the show, people. Good evening to all of you. Those of you who always follow us. Thank you so much. Please help us share the show this evening. The show will be interesting. Today, on January 22nd, 2024, President Joseph Yema Boakai, or in fact, Joseph Yema Boakai was sworn in as the 26th president of the Republic of Liberia. And that's the fact. Those of you, maybe some of our children, they don't know. I don't know which type of history are we teaching, even though we teach 95% foreign history. and we teach 5% of our own history. So sometimes some of our children, they don't even know more about Liberia. And that's it. Well, but I good evening, my dear brother. What's up? How everything?
Mabel, good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our listening audience. For the world, I'm okay, my brother. How you doing? How's our country?
Well, I'm doing great, as you can see from my, today mark year 2 of my digam, so I'm doing excellently well. Actually, I'm grateful, I'm happy, and I'm moving with speed. So, yeah, Mama Liberia is good. We are all moving about freely, apart from some of our normal activities, some of our normal politics, government, workings, and so forth. But we are okay. When it comes to news, yes, the government of Liberia also informed us through the Ministry of Information that indeed they will return the first 35 fleets of yellow machines that were given. I don't know by whom, but there were a lot of reactions to that. That machine was given 2024, I think. So some of you get a lot of the records. Yeah. So apart from that, the president annual message, they are beeping up people, the president getting ready, the government getting ready for Monday for the president to deliver his annual message to the Liberian people through the legislature as usual. So yes, indeed. And on today, the vice president was also seen in Grand Jide County, also delegating a hospital there in Grand Jide County. So yeah, my brother. Apart from that, the normal fluctuation of people will say we still experiencing that coming from the power or so forth, but we're good. We are good to go in Liberia. Everything, yes. Mark is also here. Mark, good evening, my dear brother, and what's up?
What's up, Mabel? Share the show, please, guys. Today is going to be an interesting topic. It's not a new topic. It's something that we have been discussing here forever. And when it comes to these international and regional meetings and gatherings around the world, as to our role and how we spend taxpayer resources just to create an impression. It's mostly for photo ops. Nothing comes out of these meetings. Your people that attend these meetings, they are considered non-essential. I all call them all invited guests. I call them also broadcaster. Because when the global powers, when they go to these international conferences to decide the fate of the world, a country like Liberia is not considered. Matter of fact, worst case scenario, they use it as guinea pig. They use it as test experiment for their ideas. So when you abandon your domestic agenda, your domestic policy, your domestic engagement, and you focus on this internationally globalist or expedition, then you just become irrelevant. Because maybe it's sad. Anyway, we're going to that topic. And the other thing, let me put that on pause for now because it will be the major topic for the day before we get into other things. I heard something about some yellow machine being returned. I don't know the reason behind it. Never came across any legal document as to whether they were brought to the country as sample. I don't know whether they are sample, whether they were competitive bidding as to somebody else winning the bid. And then you have to, because I don't know who will bring a merchandise into the country to the tune of 35 pieces and you're going to return it, whether they are for mechanical reason, whether the company that was auditioning for the bid, whether they fell short in the bidding process. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to know that later because it sounds so funny. They want yellow machine. They like to say when the yellow machine come in Liberia, it will be like the return of Christ. It will be like an economic miracle. So we're still waiting to see because we are into year number 3 now. Today officially marked the president how many? 2 years. So we are into year number 3, halfway through his presidency. We are still confused. We don't know the main agenda under the arrest. For me, the only thing I know about this agenda is Joseph Baga got arrested by his own agenda. That's all I know. So whether it's about healthcare and tourism and agriculture, all that nonsense, I don't care because I know at the end of the day we won't get that much out of him anyway. So, and just before Ali, but let Ali introduce himself, come in, then we can go on the social issue first about something I posted earlier about the mental health crisis that happening in our country, both internationally and domestically. I saw one of our sister who happens to be a comedian. I never seen the other side of her before. She on right now with more than 2,000 people watching because these are the kind of things our people are drawn to. The insults, the women causing on each other. My brother, I have never seen anything like that in my lifetime. Never, ever. But that's where we are. So like I keep saying, you can tell, you can predict the future, right? Now, with a bunch of young kids having access to the internet and cell phone these days, how do you think young women are expected to act 15, 20 years from now? If they can see a bunch of grandmothers on social media insulting themselves. I'm not saying insulting someone else or a different gender. I'm talking about themselves. Horseman, children, who did surgery between their legs. I mean, it's so sad. But that's what we are anyway. So let me pause right there for Ali to chime you a little bit. Then I will come in later. Ali, you can take it from there.
I already did my introduction. You're not here that time.
Oh, okay, maybe all right. All right. But then you can start the show on the social.
Yeah, so
you run the show. You take it from there anyway.
Yeah.
I know the video Mom talking about. I just hearing it.
Oh, I can
and myself, Mom, I think Mom shared talking on video with me. Myself, I saw that video, even though
it's live. I will speak.
It's live.
Yeah, right now as we speak, she's on live.
And you saying that they are insulting each other or what, Monk?
I'm talking about women insulting women. It's almost like Champions League. They won from Labrador insulting they won from the US retaining Malta. They kind of bomb the throw inside Ecomo the RPG Ecomo doing the control. What? Brother.
So, but that's the fact, you're right. And to even add to that, I think I don't know, was that Representative Tao one way? Actually today when I think he wrote something, he said all of the film about bullying, because mind you, the latest news about appointments, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Councillor Kura have been appointed, or Corina Kura have been appointed. People were bullying, sharing of some of our social photos back to back, and that also sparked a mixed reaction, my brother, because the issue of insult, even we have Deputy Minister, right? They had a call quite recently that went for confirmation hearing, and she was having some issues, and I think one of our sister or one of our own lawyer who also at least people were sharing jokes, and she went as far as insulting. So I don't know how can a woman now, maybe for me, I think most of the rights have been given, because sometimes when things are just too much, sometimes people abuse them more. Let's be frank. That for me, I'm saying maybe because there are too many rights that have been given to women around the world, especially maybe coming from the Western world. I think that's why so many people what they are using, that they want to abuse the entire world, because they are not able to even control their emotions. They are not able to even control the way they or handle issues. Every little thing that happened to them, they will want to insult people, insult everyone. I think that's bad. That's not a good moral for our mothers. And I don't know why this thing happening, but like I said, maybe most of the things are happening because of the too many freedom. No, I think it's because of that.
And when you mean too many freedom, like what you mean in terms of freedom? What kind of freedom? Marital freedom, or women have been taught that they are the new, they call it, they call it the feminist movement, or people that are teaching women how to be rebellious in the name of independence. That's what's happening. It's more of a generational thing, because growing up from our older sisters that are on this platform, I know that's something they would never do in their life. But we got a new generation of people that have been brainwashed, and the social media is only exacerbating the situation, because the social media is all about like, comment, and share. Everybody going for the dopamine hit. Everybody wants that video, so people will buy attention. They will do anything, even at the expense of naking themselves, because they want that likes and they want that comment on their post. So it seems like people are just manufacturing crisis just for the sake of being on social media. They want to be known. They want someone to go to a gallery and be like, oh, they want to be online. That's all it's all about. And I keep saying it to our men out there, and I'm beginning to understand why people are having issues with this modern generation when it comes to marriage or marriages.
Oh, yes.
And because you cannot take someone that is an emotional garbage and make them to be your wife. And there are a bunch of them out there. Like I said, the last time we had a discussion, I said, no. I said, we used to have good women. They were in the majority. That was before. That was generations ago. in this modern day, I can bet you 15% out of 100. That's a conservative figure I'm giving you now. That is, if we bring 10 women out there, maybe 1 or 2 will be better. 8 will be emotionally, psychologically, and physically damaged. Because you can see it happening every day. I'm not hating on women. I would never do that. But you cannot ignore the fact and the reality. Every single day of the week, no matter the location, whether they're in Australia, whether they are in New Zealand, whether they are in America, whether they are in Liberia, you can see the trend. And some of them are not even younger. Some of them are older. You think that the age of the come with a certain amount of responsibility and respect, how to conduct yourself in public. But apparently, like, social media has trained people in a way that they cannot even control themselves anymore. That they must react, that they must respond. Maybe do you know what it means for a bunch of women to be in 2 separate chat groups, just like World War II, and they are insulting nobody but themselves? Women against women. When have you seen that in your lifetime, my brother? When? In your entire adult life. When you saw that happening? But that's the new reality today. That's why I say, irrespective of the boundary, the trend remain the same, the behavior remain the same. Because I thought when you leave from Africa or any third world country, you come to the industrialized world, and you see the way how people conduct themselves here, in every way, shape, or form, the environment alone, how people conduct themselves. You think that when someone come here, they're supposed to be like a different species. They're supposed to be a different individual. They're supposed to carry themselves with some kind of a demeanor, the way how society. But no, nothing changed. You cannot even separate the one from back home versus the one that live here anymore. Maybe then what's the essence of coming here?
And that's the point. Look, let me be frank, Mark. And in fact, you just thought of something maybe also on my mind about the issue of transitioning or maybe taking another life, maybe step up. Like, for example, you used to live up interior. Those of you that following us also from most of the maybe counties also want to say, yes, indeed. If somebody comes from the village and they come in Monrovia, for example, in the city, and they have no different from the one that in the bush, my brother, more, that's the kind of society that we live in today. People live from this country, they go to the US. Then the one that in the US and the one that in Liberia, they get the same attitude. Even to the extent that even when you appoint them to government positions, they do the same thing. So I don't know. I want to ask you, maybe you and Brother Ali, whether this thing happened between maybe among the other color, or it's only unique to only us. Mark, I want to know really whether something is, or maybe some of this thing happening to in the other color, or maybe they because the reason why I'm asking this question, I expect us to respect our tradition, to respect our elderly people, and because you have some elderly people that also follow the internet. It's not because you are young and you feel that you are still fresh, you can do anything that you want to do. So let me know following. So, Mom, let me ask you, my brother, do you guys also see the same behavior from the other people there, especially the typical citizen, the other color, or one of the color giving go harder?
Look, let me tell you, no culture or group of people happens to be 100% perfect. I'm not even going to take it to other culture like Asian, Latinos, or like I say, Caucasian or white, if you call them white. I know they are not white anyway. But just in our own African community, right? I got Nigerian friends, I got Ghanaian friends. Matter of fact, when I was in college, I went to school all national. I'm not saying that community is 100% perfect, but you will never see anything like this happening on a massive scale. Yeah, there are instances wherein you can have quarrel with 1 or 2 individuals. It's common, it's natural. But I mean the level of consistency, the trend that you see in our community every single day of the week, maybe, is not happening in no other community. I can guarantee you that. If someone think I'm lying, tag me to a group. Maybe it's on a social media group, whether it's a Ghanaian community or Nigerian community, just show me one. I just want to see a couple of videos. Then I will be convinced, because as far as I'm concerned, there are Gambians that live here, other community. Like I said, they are not 100% perfect. But this particular mental retarded process, the whole engagement on social media, most especially amongst women. That's why we keep talking about women. I don't see this thing happening with men. Yeah, I know there are a couple of instances, maybe men will get caught up in the crosshair once in a while on marriage issue. But how often do you see men, in as much that all the pressure that is placed on men, maybe how often do you see men out there will just say that on social media and
So
just
what I said, my
insult.
brother, is because of the 2 minute freedom that was. Let me tell you, if you go to the record there from the court, all of the divorce cases, my brother, most of them coming from our mothers, our sisters, because they want freedom. I don't even get something. Your mom and dad stay together and maybe have you. Instead of you to having your own family, because that's the trend. That's how God make the world. That you have to produce. The reason why we on this app, some of you don't even know this body today that you see that you carry up and down. That's something that living in that body, and it's life. By the time that life removed from that body tends to nothing. So God wants us to continue to produce. That's the trend. When you produce, you get old, you go. The other young generation too, they will produce just like that. But my brother, like I said, the 2 minute freedom will destroy. And before men come to themselves to realize that, oh, I think we got to go back and put certain things in place, it will be late. And that's what's happening right now. The issue of gender equity that you talk about, these are all things. When you talk, people say, oh, the women, look at it, just look at the kind of right or the freedom that they have. See what happening. See the way they are all abusing freedom here and there. So because of that, my brother, you don't see men on the internet insulting each other. No way. But every day that woman, our mother.
Ali, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm doing something.
You busy? Okay, yeah. Give us signal when you're ready to come in. Then because
yeah.
But let me tell you something. When you live here, if you can really observe, you will learn more from observation than even going to a university or college, just from the society. When I came to this country, I used to look at these. When it comes to the politics and people policy here, I didn't understand that the people politics is attached into a global dynamic. So I used to ask myself, I said, why would people come up with an idea that you can kill another human being and call it church? So when I used to work with Honeywell, I had a conversation. I always talk to the old man they call Alan. He was very older. He's a former engineer. He retired now. Smart old man, former intelligence officer. I said, Alan, something that really puzzles me in this country. I know everything in this world, it got a polar opposite. You got male and female. You got tall and short. You got left and right. You got hot and cold. Everything in this world, there's a complete polar opposite. Why an entire organization or movement will train women to rebel against men and at the same time claim that they need men? Because I know the attribute of men totally different from that of women. As it will be masculine, or woman will be a feminine, that energy, the opposite attract. If you are telling me a woman can defy my orders and play the role of a man, then how can you sustain a relationship? Right? It's impossible. So then the woman told me, Cyrus, when you look at the war, they got some people who believe in procreation, right? People with conservative values say, you know what? The standard operating procedure is, I come on this planet, even when you look at it from a religious standpoint, God told us in Genesis, we should replenish the earth and subdue it, right? And have dominion. Genesis 1:27. So procreation is the normal part of human process because we get old and die. So we are supposed to have children, have family, and over time they replace us. But I got one group of people who believe that when the population in the war increases, it takes resources away from them. So they got this idea that you got to kill people deliberately, whether it's through a virus outbreak, whether it's through abortion, whether it's through gay. Because when you tell me that a woman can marry another woman, you are literally saying that you don't want them to produce children in the future. Because two women cannot produce.
Exactly. That means you are stopping reproduction.
Yeah. So you're telling me it's another way of stopping population growth and the growth of human beings in the name of policy. I say, oh, so you're telling me that this kind of a feminist movement and abortion rights and all these things, they are just meant to reduce the human population so we cannot procreate in the future. That's just what it means. Because when you say a man should marry a man, a woman should marry a woman, then you are simply telling me you want to stop the fertility process or the procreation process. I never understood until that woman explained that to me. So it's the same thing. That's why you keep, when marriages are breaking, right? Then it means you are only eroding the moral compass of society over time.
Oh, yeah.
Because we should be together. Your feminine energy and my masculine energy will come and pull it together. That's why anything a man falls short in, that's a female strength.
And And that's the fact. Most of the reasons, if you go back to the code, most of the reasons are all we are not compatible. No good reason that they will give you.
Yep.
Because people think, just imagine more. A lady that he or whom will claim that because quote unquote alleged that maybe her husband maybe cheated on her. So because of that, she's walking out. Oh, can you imagine that? Maybe she haven't even maybe seen a man, or maybe she haven't have anything maybe to say yes, she have evidence, or sometimes because of maybe people say, they won't see, the other won't say. So because of that, you're walking out. So more than you say, my brother, the society is getting into serious trouble. For me, I've been sensing most of these things, and I've been observing most of these things for ever so long, because most of the behavior of our women, and my brother, is something that you don't easily. In fact, the other one that you said, the one that's supposed to be a boxer, the one that's supposed to go there and tell the younger one that no, come, yeah, how you supposed to do, yeah, how you supposed to take care of home, yeah, how you supposed to take care of your husband, your children, your death. No, someone that is not even home. So who going a fast food? So you see what we.
And yeah, the thing, baby. Like I said, we were born with certain characteristics and traits, right? We were born with certain attributes. Your woman weakness or weakness is supposed to be your strength, or men's strength. Women weaknesses, right? Because we need to see we are the total opposite, right? If you're gonna tell women or the opposite sex that they can challenge institution, or that they can challenge culture, or they can challenge their own genetic trait, then it means you are only creating more problem, right? So when you look at all the studies that have been coming out in recent time about marriages and family, like for me, I never get off the Family Research Council. I study it, I read their findings, their research work, some of the publication every single day of the week, maybe twice. I mean, 3 or 4 times in the week I will go on the Family Research Council, because they are in the business of doing more research when it comes to the family, the children, upbringing, everything, and any other sources out there. So I always there. They are talking about depression. The same people who believe that they can challenge men and they don't want men, they are the one getting into the state of depression. Because, remember, no matter how a woman's lie to you, no woman want to be alone.
But no more.
You need a man, right? Okay. If you need a man, and then another group of people in the name of activism telling you that you can challenge a man's authority, that you want independence, you want freedom, so you don't have to go by protocol. Because they'll tell you that marriage is an institution. So the question they say me, I say, okay. Anywhere you go in the war, any institution, they go by certain rule and order, right? Protocols that will govern an institution. If you are telling me marriage is an institution and you want to be married, then how can you go against the law of marriage?
That's the thing.
Isn't that stupidity? You're telling me you want to be married, you want a partner, and you believe that marriage is an institution. But even your job is an institution, because when you go to your job, there are protocols that you got to follow in order to make sure the operation go on for that day. Every institution. So you're telling me you're walking into an agreement that requires rules and regulations and rules, but you don't want to play by the rules, but yet you still want to be in that institution. Isn't that a contradiction?
That's a life that we are living, Monk. You're quite correct, 100%. We keep fooling ourselves. We're going to so many religious people. We're thinking that yes, they are the one that will. Look, all of the solutions that you're looking for today is you. All the prayers that some of you are doing up and down, fasting 50 days, the other days, all these days. No, you are the problem. Work on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't be someone, for example, I'm here now. Every evening, I'm supposed to be at least the latest should be 5:30. Then I come here 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. More? You think?
Yeah.
I mean,
how the institution will operate effectively if you can't come to work on time. Matter of fact, any job, they always stress at the issue of attendance, because if you're not there, it means you cannot get a job that needs to be done, and if you cannot get a job done, then it means the operation cannot go smoothly as possible. So the first order of operation is to be there every day of the week at the exact time, because that's a rule, that's a protocol. If you go against that day, it means you are hampering the operation of the institution you work on. That's just why it is. The same way with marriage. The man has a role to play, the woman has a role to play, and you want to come and play the role of a man, then how do you maintain a relationship? How do you maintain a family? So technically, you are the one that's single-handedly destroying the structure of the family.
Oh yes. Most of them, you are right. Most of them, they are the causes of all of the homes that keep falling apart.
And yeah, the most important thing. You know, when you're librarian, when you see these things happen, I don't know, except you grew up in a whole different way, but I know a particular set of way. I don't know. Everybody came from different homes, had different upbringing, different cultural background. I won't say cultural background, but traditional and religious background. It just breaks my heart that it's becoming disgraceful. It's becoming shameful at this stage to even consider to be a Liberian.
And
I
they
have
even
never
pay
seen,
some men ought to be
yeah,
insulting their fellow women.
yeah.
Oh, God.
I
Yeah.
have never seen anything like this. I have never seen the level of consistency. I've never seen the level of the kind of a trend happening in society. And it's every day. It's mentally draining, especially for some of us who on the radio. When you get all the negative news and the negative report, you don't even have anything positive. It's almost like you're doomed this prophet. The moment people see you, they just believe you're coming with so bad news because nothing good. Sometimes I keep asking for why are the good things happening in your country? Like if you put the news on, I can give you 10 good stories happening in Rwanda. I can give you 20 good stories happening in Ghana. I can give you 15 good stories happening in Burkina Faso. When you wake up in my country, children being sodomized, people stealing from banks, president don't go to work on time, everybody is corrupt, boyfriend and girlfriend, man cost. You even like I said, it both domestic and international. Maybe if you wake up from bed in the morning and you cannot find one or two positive news about your country on a consistent basis, don't you think that will have a mental impact on you? It's mentally depressing. You don't know that? It's
100%,
draining.
Mom. But do you know how many people that are even doing volunteer work, Mom? Yes, I think that on Monday, one of the other senators talked about it. I told you, I said I want to show you, right? That people don't see people are walking like that. You think that all is well. No, all is not well, people. So sometimes you'll be thinking that how can you people just come in instead of you people, okay, today we will say, yeah, yesterday President Boga visited former Vice President Joao Taylor and Ifa, they have some chat, they talk about this, and maybe that's what you want to be hearing. And today, where's President Boga? Today, President Boga go to the other place. Today, he visited the other. No! Boga thing will be passing around like visit to do what? While other people having serious issues.
Okay.
People are dying from virus sickness.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, more quickly, if you come on, I'm hearing that the United States are formally withdrawing from the World Health Organization. I don't know how that went. I don't know what kind of signal that's going to send to us back home as people. The World Bank, and Mr. World Bank, the U.S. government is withdrawing from World Bank today, and its financial support and leaving about 260 million in unpaid dues, according to reports. We're getting that the latest information that we're getting now from the US.
You know, I will get to that when we switch from the social topic. We'll get to the international politics and how it impact Liberia, like the post I just made before coming on the show. The same culture of creating photo ops and creating this impression, this illusion out there that the government is working with the international scene when everything back home is broken down. People believe that this international trip, they are just to come to eat in fancy restaurants, sleep in good hotel, get their stopping, and come back at the expense of taxpayer in Liberia. But Ali, maybe you got something to say, and then before we can transition to that, just on top of the hour anyway. So go ahead.
Yes, this issue about, sometimes when we come here, we say some of these things. Like I think 2 days ago, somebody said, "Oh, when you come here, excuse me, you have to be careful. The way you can be talking to women is not good." And I don't think we come here, we just talk to women because every one of us here, we have mothers, we have sisters, we have children, we have wives or girlfriend, whatsoever. So we are very, very much careful what we say. We have a lot of respect for women. We only say some of these things most of the time because women, no matter, you can get all your riches whatsoever, you need to be protected by men. And most of the thing we talk here is just to guard our sisters, our mothers out there, our women out there, just to give them some advices and things to protect them. It's not like being the mainly on them. No, nothing like that. Like the video your mom just talk about, I think, or this girl, or that's Lila comedy or whatsoever. Yes, you see, to see women to be insulting like this time, these are things that we never used to see during our mother's days. Like I can remember when we were in the interior part, even men, when you just open your mouth, you say certain words, they coming to grab you. When you're not part of the power society, they carry you for that day. When you come from there, you will know what language to use in the midst of people in the town or in the village. Likewise, our sisters, you have to be very careful. There are certain utterances when you made those utterances, when they arrest you, they take you to the Sunday bush. When you come back now, you Sunday woman. These are things that used to happen, but these are things that we're trying to get rid of now. But today, go to club, go to entertainment center, go and see how our sisters dress, how they dresses when they go out there, and see our brothers how they dress. I don't really understand why women should be doing themselves in such a form and manner. How many men you see going out there to dress inappropriately as compared to our sisters these days? And then these are things they will do. At the end of the day, if no man don't want to take them, then they say, oh, men are dog. Or when they see some kind of man, oh, you will not touch me, or you have to marry me before you touch me. Because while they're looking for somewhere to stick themselves now, because like you have exposed yourself, you have done so many things that nobody want to take you serious. A woman that's supposed to have respect for themselves, no matter how it is, you hold on to yourself. If you people can take to the social media and just be insulting like you people are not even women, how you expect men to respect you? If you don't have no respect for your own pride as a lady, you go out there because of anger. Somebody did something to you. You able to control yourself. You're so emotional. You want to show to people, oh yeah, myself, I can talk. And we don't see this thing happening. How many men you have seen sitting on social media just insulting one another? How many men, where have you seen that happening? But always in our Liberian community, back home, abroad, wheresoever, under our sisters, we see them engage in such an act, which is not good. Because this thing, you continue to do it, you make people to lose credibility in you, they lose respect for you, they do value you. And this is why I can always tell people, for me, I like the way God made me. You see, because I'm only attracted to women who dress decently, but not women who dress inappropriately. Like sometimes people can say, oh, you're not left for your women there to wear this, but when other women there wear it, then you go after them. Alhamdulillah, thank God I'm not that kind of type of person. Because I always want to see a woman being very decent. But our sister, they had to be very careful. You have to stop this kind of insult going on social media. This thing will come after you tomorrow. You want to go to a certain country, then they start to bring those records. Oh yeah, and this is you. How will we bring you in our country when you are in your country? These are things we used to see you doing. You sitting on social media, insulting, so you want to come to our country and do the city. This some of these things can hold you down somewhere that you're not expecting to hold you down. And when we say these things, people say, oh, when you come on the radio, on your show, then you can just be talking to women in any way, form, a manner. We only say it for their own good, because most of the time they are always victimized of some of those things that they carry on themselves. And this is why we only come here to advise. We have great respect for women. We have culture, we have tradition, we are African, we know where we come from. We know the value of women and the respect we have for them. We only say it to guide them, but other people take it to be different.
But only the people who get that concept that you want to come here and attack women, and you said it right. The only reason people will come here to mention them because when you were growing up, you were groomed to see women carrying themselves in a particular way. So if they go contrary to that upbringing, it will be a problem for men, for us who grew up in that time or in that era, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you wake up from Bay Area, then you see a bunch of women cussing themselves each other. Who is also talking about? Men? Or also talking about cat or rabbit, right? You switch your computer on in the day or on your mobile device, and all day, 7 days of the week, women insulting themselves. Who are we supposed to talk about?
Well, that did not even move me. For me, I don't even care about that because as far as I'm concerned, in fact, I have wife and I have girl child. So what you want me to even talk about? When people are doing things out of the way, the more said, we are the fathers, so we gotta speak out. So the religious people, they continue to be praying for them so that they can do these things. For us, we will speak out because these are people that's going to hold people accountable. No, because most of the churches today, they are all packed. There are also mothers, our sisters, and our women. They are the ones that go to the churches. But when they go there, nothing else that they will let them besides how to get good or small. You're not good, but you want good or small. God, by the way, but yeah, you're good, man.
Hey, the you not good when you want good husband. Yeah, but these are some of the things some of our sisters will do at the end of the day. Then they want to take to church more. They want to spend all their time in church. Some of them you will see them with hijab going to the mosque on the full hour and what have you now. It happened in the Muslim community, in the Christian society. It's happening. When our sister did not do this till the end of the day, the person when they say 2 o'clock in the mosque, 4 o'clock in the mosque, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, all the prayer time, they don't want you to pass by them now. They're looking for somebody in our mosque that will propose to them. Like what our sisters, we have to be very careful what we do out there when we are coming up. The war is changing every night and then. These things are not taking you anywhere. You want wear clothes, you be half naked or in the street. Who the man will rather see you and say this is a real girl? The moment you see you just say, okay, let me just sleep with her. You see, because they know no decent woman will dress like that. This thing it should be done occasionally, but not from Monday to Saturday. Every day you expose your body out there in the street. How many men you see today in the street there with all their neighbor outside, their trousers hanging to their butt? How many men you see out there dressing like that? No. But you will do this thing at the end of the day, you people can be the one to suffer. So we only begging y'all, we only trying to talk to y'all. No matter what it is, as I said, men, we are always there to protect women. That's all.
And Ali, you just brought a very critical angle in this argument or this particular discussion concerning the religious aspect. That's why I tell people I'm not a fan of religion. I'm into spirituality and religion these days because the whole idea, the religious people should be the moral police officers for society. They're supposed to pick up the slack where the government failed. Matter of fact, the government even look up to the religious community for guidance, even from ancient times. Whether I don't know much about, but I know there will be instances in the Quran or other religious texts, even during biblical times, when God had a message for his people, he sent it through the religious leader, the prophet. That's what we got, prophet. These are all messengers from God. And sometimes they come to the king, the ruler of that particular nation, to spread the message. My thing here is, today we got a proliferation of churches and mosques. Any street corner you pass, there's some kind of church or mosque in the community. So the question is, how can we be experiencing a moral decay when the religious community keep expanding? How can you have more churches and more and people are damaged beyond repair? How is that happening? So it means there is no need to practice religion, because the first thing you should do to keep yourself in order, to keep yourself in check. You go anywhere, I can name you more than 4,000 churches, very more alone, every corner, every community. People can sleep at night. So if you have that much churches and mosques, how in the world this generation is one of the worst ever in history? How?
I say monk. And most of the marriages, my brother, if not almost 95 or maybe 98% of all of the marriages been taking place or maybe are taking place in the churches. But where are we today? Go to the court and go see one record of divorce cases.
Yeah, the divorce cases are just
the divorce cases are so much they put on a spreadsheet.
Seriously, because little things. So I don't know what they're really doing. More, I think more you saying something, but maybe we'll just take maybe some of these things are talking about because more what you're saying about the religion. You're right. How can you obey more schools than, for example, because the same thing about religion is about teaching. So how can you obey more schools and we have people maybe say they are not still doing well in school more after being all of the schools, you still claim that you pay all the school, that you have everything there, but instead our children, they're not still doing well. Then what happened? So that means we got to check you. So in short, how can we have so many churches, but at the end they all tell the money making things? People just renting people buildings and make money, pull our sister here together in the name of church and all the kind of things. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, Leo say why you say that's the fight. Social media record never goes away. You see, and these are some of the reasons today. The moment somebody says something, and then before you come to yourself, somebody is finish bringing some kind of recording or some kind of post that you made 2-3 years ago. These are things people have to be very careful of. You see, we have to be careful when we go out there. What we do on social media, it will have some negative impact on us tomorrow. You see, tomorrow time will come and then somebody will be like, this is you. Like what you were just saying or Mabon about the newly appointed minister or what for youth and sport. You see the dressing that she did out there. But for me, I have problem with that, because you expect her to wear a nega to go to the pool. She was in the pool. Not because you government official, so you don't have time for yourself.
Yeah, she got her life. Okay,
you see, she got her life to live.
Yeah,
you expect her to wear lapasu to go join in the pool.
Yeah, she can't wear basan to go in pool.
Yeah, people had to stop this thing, taking her picture, putting it on social media.
No, it's crazy. That was political.
You see, and this politics here, we have to be very careful what we do or say when we are in opposition, because it will come back at us tomorrow. You see, not because you government official and you minister, so when you go to pool, because I'm a minister, so I'm a being cold suit and go jump in the pool. Everybody know when you go to pool, either you in your back, so you in your underwear. Yes, your swimming training thing. You have to.
Why they want for the wear basan to go swim?
Yeah, you should wear basan and go join in the pool. These things, they are not good. People have to stop it. The bullying thing that in the country, you and I know more what they can do to people for bullying here. Sometimes you can be shot. Like my son, when he was in school, his friend bullied him. He was crying when I went over there for parents conference, this and that, and the grandmother was shivering. And the reason was, according to her, she had only 2 daughters, and one, they shot her in her head for bullying somebody of her friend student, and that was her only daughter she have now. The other one, whose son in the constant habit of bullying people. So she said, when she saw me, she said she was afraid, this and that, because she know what happened to her daughter. I said, no, my country are coming from in. We don't do that about shooting people. I think the school get rules and regulation when you bully someone, child, what they can do. So I leave it with the school. The only thing, I don't want to be called here for this again. I don't want my son to tell me he was bullied, he was crying, he went home, he was still sitting crying. And almost 3 months were on that thing every night. Then they will call how he coming on this. And I said, well, the man, okay, I can see him in school every day. But these are common things, like people just go and bully people and they go free with it. Well, it's not good. You see?
Yeah, it's so sad. I don't know whether maybe went off mistakenly or
I hope Edison.
Yeah, you know, law. I mean, current when our lawmaker, and so you talk about radio station, forget it. Your own.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's sad for the community. And like you said, I mean, you talk about the whole thing. You cannot police out the Cornelia crowd issue. She was in the pool.
At all.
But the thing is, why would you want to criticize her now? If you think that wearing skimpy clothes is the new normal, then why do you have a problem with her? If you want to make the argument that you want freedom, you want independence, that you're a woman, you can carry yourself out there anyway, why would you want to criticize for a woman in a swimming trunk that went to a pool? Because you do exactly what you are doing. Oh, now because you're in government. No, the people from government also come in the same society. So I don't know how you understand government, because government don't bring angels. The same people that live and grew up in your community are the same people that are working in government. So if you want to make the case that the society is broken down, then more than likely the government will be broken down. Also, there will be no moral compass in the government. There will be no standard, because the society gets a direct reflection of the government. The people that work in government, they're coming from somewhere else. They ain't coming from Mars or or some extraterrestrial planet. They are just from the same West Point, Newtown, Smart Road, whatsoever, to community are the same thing. So you cannot criticize her for that if you think that it's okay to naked yourself on the internet in the name of trying to get legs and comment. Because look at, Ali, when you even go on they highlight reels, the one that can get pop up on your screen, the one that keep moving, right, where they can get make those short videos, right?
Yeah.
You look at that picture, 8 out of every 10 showing some part of her body naked. If not showing breast, then not the behind. If not the behind, that's on that tattoo. And it almost like it's a normal thing now that people will just choose. Like I said, they are just competing for attention. You know, you used to tell me that women love attention, but I just believe in reason, remember, and social media made me to believe that. It almost like they say attention for women is like oxygen. I believe that for sure. Because when you see 90% of the picture on social media, what do you see on it?
They are half naked.
Half naked. And what you think they are doing it for? Comment and likes. So it tells me that the social media didn't change nothing about you. It only exposed who you are and your upbringing and the kind of orientation you was giving. Because the whole idea of social media was just for collaborative too, for you to make our life even much easier. For the first time, you can talk to someone on video. It was never like that. We were using analog phone to digital phone, and now with the click of a button, we can record live screen video, we can do video conferencing, we can host meeting, we can get in the chat group. It never told you to come naked. So technically, social media didn't change anything about you. It only exposed the true nature of yourself. Because some of us have been on social media for the longest time, from the day. I think we're one of those. I remember back in the day before the man cost came, when the social media first came, I think on Madame Salif, I think just before 2011, when Facebook started getting popular, 2011, 2012. My brother, on this platform, it was all about idea, people writing. Oh, the president did. I mean, it was just like, and you know, all the discussion forum, the TMZ, the discussion line, it was all about ideas. Now, social media, that total man cost nothing, and women costing under themselves. Nothing more than that. Damn it. I don't know how that transition occurred.
Yeah, you finish do all I want out there. You want somebody after you finish disgracing yourself, you devalue yourself. You want somebody so now to can't take you. As a housewife. Yeah, wherein he can't even say be proud to walk with you in the street there. People will be pointing finger. I get like that rude girl. That was forcing just to say she that woman, this and that. We had to stop this thing. Like Jeremiah, what you're saying here is this is why I always say we have to be careful what we say and do when we are in opposition. Okay, because now Unity Party partisans are parading with George Weah or picture on social media when he was doing advertisement. So today people should be parading with Corina Kratupa picture. This thing make no sense. George Weah in his normal mind and thing, he will not sit down and go do. Everybody did. This is why I always say, if we say we go after our past, what we did, then we are not going anywhere. George Weah did that thing after he's a celebrity. Okay, he went in there advertisement whatsoever. The man a celebrity, he did it, he got his money. You see, so these are nothing because United Party did it yesterday. We say, oh, it was bad, and then today we come to do the same thing we said because they did it. Like Mr. Kumi said, doing one thing over and over, and you think you're going to get a better result. No, we are not going anywhere. So we have to stop this thing.
What? Mom, I just passed through, I think about 30 seconds, but what I heard.
What? My man, you deacon.
Break. Yeah, actually, people, so we sincerely apologize. Yeah, but then he said, what? I said, what, Mom? Allow us to talk about this, but actually, this is not the kind of thing.
It's sad, though. You see nothing. You saw the later version. Look, Melbourne, if you're a man listening to that lady, you will be so ashamed of yourself. You won't even have the guts to even continue watching because she ain't talking nothing but insult.
Exactly. In fact, I think people were stopping her. In fact, she was even getting annoyed with the person. You see, that's a life we live. You want to stop, you want to control, and they will even insult you.
Yeah, the more you stop her, you putting more fuel to the fire.
I don't even and that's it. Look, like before Mom said something, whereby by them, you know, when you hear about a husband coming, my brother, either that woman run inside. These are kind of women that our fathers married to. But today, you hear that by the time you hear that a husband coming, in fact, that the woman said was like insulting the man first.
Maybe let me tell you something, right? As you get older, you get mature. When you can, like I said, life is all about observation and learning in the process. You know, people got a concept that when someone come at you, you need to react. It shows strength. That's a lie. Anytime in life there's a difference between reaction and response. Response means you are reacting, but at your own time and at your own will. It's calculated. When you are reacting, it means someone is forcing you to do something you shouldn't be doing. That's the difference between reaction and response. The individual we are talking about, the reason I follow her show because she into comedy. You know, the actor thing. When I saw it, I said, they're doing better to revive the whole comedy thing because I don't know about too many comedians that will be on social media. They do the little cameos, the little skits on the social media, and I was like, you know what? So I started following her. But when I saw this video, I was like, wow. And this woman is claiming to be a comedian, and children are watching her, upcoming generation. People don't understand the power of silence. They call it strategic silence. Sometimes you just want to keep quiet. When you keep quiet, when someone, even the person that's trying to attack you or the person that's trying to denigrate you, when you know how to hold your peace, holding your peace does not mean weakness. It just means you are more calculated. You will respond, but in an appropriate way. You don't want for that action to influence your behavior in the name of reacting, thinking that, oh, I will show her myself. Okay, man, you will show her yourself, but at whose expense? You're supposed to be a comedian. A lot of people follow you. Decent people follow you. So even if you want to go after her, you can do it in a more calculated way. But the whole reaction that you have to respond, I got to come back and prove a point. You will end up destroying yourself in the process. And that's why I think she on a suicide mission, because the president who she's going against, I don't think they carry that kind of a presence in social media. So it's not a smart thing for her. Like I said, response is different from reaction. And that's totally what she's doing now. She's reacting. And when you react, then it means the other person is the one controlling you. That's why she has lost everything. She just insulted and said, yes, because you are reacting. If you are going to take your time and keep quiet and let it turn into cool down, then maybe you are going to strike back at her in a very calculated way. But because you are able to trigger your emotion, that's why you get there cursing. And who you think is going to become the victim? Yourself. So, my brother, I don't know. I stopped there. I don't know. Maybe when you got playing, because we can take a break and come back, then we can go to Davos and the rescue mission and all the photo ops and the Elon Musk. Then, yeah.
And a news break.
Yeah. I don't know if they are going for news break, so we got to get an update from Mabel.
Mabel, you going for news break, eh? Mabel?
Mabel and Frozen, I don't see him moving on my screen. Okay, now I see it.
Yes. I'm looking for something to play as we go for the news break. Let me see.
Yeah. I'll catch you after the news break.
Let me go downstairs and do some 1 or 2.
All right. Thank you. So, folks, those of you who just joined, thank you so much. We are about to go for a news break. Let me see what I can put up with you.
During my 3 main presentations I was in Senate, and you saw the reaction from most of the senators. You know, we have to be careful in this country what we do. And if we are not careful, we could go back to the past. When I mean the past, you know the history of Liberia. You know, when the war was coming, people said, when those said, oh, the war coming, people said, let the war come. People thought the war coming just for dope. When the war came in 1989, December 24th, on the eve of Christmas, we saw the repercussion. When the war came and announced on December 24th, 1989, people thought I thought the war coming for. Everybody said, let it happen. When the war came, more than 1 million Liberians got displaced. 250,000 people, more than 250,000 people died. Why am I saying this? Is that when something is happening to someone today, people celebrate. When it's happening tomorrow, we all can feel the effect. Liberia, the democracy that people fought for is based on the rule of law. The rule of law means we should protect all individuals who take oath of public office, whether you're in the executive, you're in a legislature, or you're in a judiciary, you got to abide by the constitutional provision. Now, the fight against corruption is a good fight. That's the reason why the legislature has provided over millions of dollars to both the Anti-Corruption Commission, the LACC, which is the Anti-Corruption Commission, the GSC, and the asset recovery team. I think the asset recovery, look at the budget, they got over $2 million. Why did we do that? Because we believe that public officials who served before or are serving now should be accountable. but it has to be done within the confines of the Constitution. Something is happening that is very worrisome and dangerous, as you saw me reporting. It's the fact that people are now using auto-door method to extract evidence. Under Liberian law, Liberian criminal procedure law, you saw the law says that the burden of proof is on the state. If a state accuses you that you have committed a crime, and that's what we pay money for the state to have money to go and look for the evidence. The state don't have, we didn't get the state money to say, to go accuse somebody, then you tell the accused person, come and prove to us that you didn't steal money. That's what's happening. And I made specific reference to the issue of the Clark Foundation. And this is very concerning. Today, it may be happening to Clark Foundation, and people think it's a CC thing. But it can happen to so many people tomorrow. The asset recovery unit claim that they have evidence that Clark Foundation was built by using public money. Good. If they have the evidence, they should go to court. But instead of taking the evidence to court, they're not asking Clark Foundation to come and prove that they didn't use public money. That's not what the law says. And what is even painful is that they are using the court to do it. The court that should be protecting the defendant and the state, that should be the neutral party, is now becoming part of the prosecution to force private people, even though the case is not even before the court, which is not even before them, they stay in the investigative stage, to say, can't produce evidence. And then what would get problem with the judge? One thing that you want to call it judicial abuse of power. The judicial abuse of power is tantamount to impeachment. And the judge who is doing it, they believe that he's one of the best judges in our country. Why is he doing it? So we have power too. The legislature get power. If you are in the judiciary, you abuse your power, we can impeach you. We can move you from power. We can impeach you. You saw the oral in the chamber. You saw how all the senators are angry that this is wrong. We should not allow a judge or asset recovery board to use. You cannot ask accused people to produce evidence against themselves. Constitutional Article 21 is very clear. It says no man shall be compelled to provide evidence against himself. So that is why that is the concerning issue I raised today. And we invite those officials responsible before the Senate. The Senate, you can see that angry member of the Senate was today when that issue was raised. They've been following it for inquiry so that we can establish. Today, you know what I mean? Somebody can ask me, if you say I stole government money, prove it. If you can establish it, then you see the property. But you can't come to me to say, give me the list of your donor. Tell me when you hire your fundraising program. Give me a telephone number. Who does that? How can a judge even entertain that? How can a judge even entertain that? For a judge to even entertain that, the judge knows it's a complete violation of anybody's right. When the case not even before that judge, something is wrong with the judge, and something is wrong with the man who went there to seek the rate of subpoena decisio. They should not be tolerated into this Liberia. Our country should not go back. This country was founded on the foundation of the rule of law. No judge should be allowed to do that. Judge should not be even encouraging the prosecution to not be going to court. And that judge feel they use the judge to extract evidence from people and bring evidence to you. The person will first say, how do I defend myself? You say you can't implicate myself. I say no. And I'm a private entity. And I fully agree with Clark Foundation and say, look, we're not providing any evidence to anybody. If you get kids, go to court. We get kids, go to the as a senator. You may let me, you may not let me, but I will say what is right. We got to fight for the thing our parents and fought for. People die for the democracy. Today happening to Clark Foundation, but it could happen to President Boakai tomorrow. It could happen to our First Lady, Mrs. Boakai. It can happen to the Vice President's wife. As I tell you now, most of the senators, including the current first lady, including the president. I've seen people saying the President Foundation. People can donate to the foundation. They're not crying. People can donate to some other foundation. You see, the foundation is separate from the office of the first lady. First lady is not position. First lady office is not position in government. It's just a title. When you're married to the president, you call you first lady. The president married, nobody will be there to run an office. But when the president get married, they get that title. And in the first lady office, you can do things for government. The government can ask you to do the government will pay for it. But if you get your foundation, because the foundation is a human person, it's a corporate entity. It can sue and be sued. So you can't say because someone offered it and somebody gave donation, you want to. That's totally wrong. And we stand by the Cloud Foundation position, and that they're not on an obligation to produce any statement or any code. They're not on any obligation, and the court can arrest them because that will be a mistaken thing by the court, even attempt to arrest her because of somebody going. You're going to go first. That should be guilty of a crime. So that is our position. That one may be the reason why I raised it with the Senate. Everybody, next week Monday, we'll be filing a formal, not Monday. Next week we'll file a formal complaint to the Senate to invite these individuals to come and show reason why they are doing what they are doing. Somebody got to go through investigation. I hope the judge will realize his mistake because he's someone that a lot of people believe that he's one of the best judges in Liberia. But what he's doing now, it made me to judge whether or not he's one of the best judges. Because you see clear cut constitutional provision and say nobody should compare somebody produce evidence against, and then they come to say, man, I can't use the rate. Go find your evidence and bring it. Or bring the complaint here. Then when we talk here, you want issue superior there's a probably who make contributions. They don't tell me who making contribution. I gave my money. I said, don't tell people I gave my money. But you see the account. You want to trace the account. Somebody can get your account, but you don't call my name. I can get you money. I send it to your account. You don't have to call my name. My company can get you money. Do you have to call my name and say I can get you money? No. First of all, you must start with government money laws in the first place. But government money not law, then you're looking for government money from someone that money not law. We're going to tell that which one they call that one, which one. So we got to start there. It's not good for Liberia. It's not good for Liberia. We're not remain silent. The only thing you can do for people like me, when I tell people, I will not remain silent in the country. The only thing you can do is say you gave me. But one time, Nathaniel McGill, even my father, my dead father, come from the grave and he made a mistake. I will criticize him. So we think this is wrong. It should not be accepted. It can happen to anyone of you. We should not say the president today that could be going to happen tomorrow. Anybody can accuse you. Then people say you can't exonerate yourself. That's what the law says. The law says if the government accuses you, on a criminal cases, they're burning on the government. The reason why we get the government money, we go and find evidence. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be taking a few questions from page.
My name is Obadiah Johnson, Senator McGill. In your own words, you mentioned that abuse of justice amounts to
impeachment. If you violate your constitutional obligation.
Impeachment.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about instituting
right now,
impeachment proceeding against Justice Russell there with it?
Well, right now, that's not what we are. I just say if we amount to impeachment. But I don't think right now we are at a stage of impeachment. I just say the judge should understand because it's not the first time the judge doing it. The second rate he had an issue.
Okay.
The second rate he had issue. So it's not the second rate he had issue. But you know that there's consequences for you can't just be abusing your office. The same way you abuse mad, the people can move him from that. But you can't be abusing your office. You gotta understand that the people can check him, who can stop him from doing what he's doing. Not they can have discretionary power to do anything he wants to do, even violate the constitution. You know, I respect the old man. I have a lot of respect for him, but if he does wrong, we'll call him out.
Senator, Madam Kawia was not an ordinary Liberian when she constructed her Kaho Foundation there in Marshall, Mangibi County. for the sake of promoting accountability and transparency,
No,
and in keeping with keeping with the Freedom of Information Law, don't you think it's prudent enough that she provide these documents?
That's not how the law works. Let them go to court and accuse the woman because she doesn't know what she's done wrong. Go to court and make an allegation. Then she can't defend herself. But you can't tell her, can't exonerate yourself. I investigated you, you might exonerate yourself. Now what the law works in the country. This is a country of law, it's not a country of men. Everybody follow the law in this country. The reason why you can hold somebody accountable because there's a law. The law says when you commit crime, they might arrest you. So you can't go say because the law says when you commit crime, no, it's the law. We all follow the law. So the government got to follow the law. And the government has a right, a reason to believe that there were, sometimes I was in government before. Let's assume money was used to build Clark Foundation. Then it has to be an agent of government who gave the money to the Clark Foundation, correct? Assuming that you use government money, it has to be an agent of the government that took the money and gave the Clark Foundation. Because Clark Foundation is a private entity. It does not receive government money. Except to say they gave government money to Clark Foundation and Clark Foundation may manage the money in this way. But assuming that was the case, it has to be a government entity, either Ministry of Finance or Ministry of State, took money and say they have money for this thing, will take it and get a Clark Foundation. Then the person who is going to be going after will be the Minister of State who made money government money. Then when you establish that the Clark Foundation was a product of the government money, then you can go to it. But you can't go to Clark Foundation first. You got to first go to the government entity that created the corruption, that sent money to Clark Foundation. You come to me investigate Nathaniel McGill. Nathaniel McGill is guilty. He took $200 million. That $200 million, he used it to build Clark Foundation. Then Clark Foundation has become a product of my action. But you can't go to the foundation and say that government money, because the foundation is not government money.
It's a big deal now for the foundation to
just It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Because the private people money, they don't know who gave the money. They do not ask questions. Then why am I giving the money to you? The people give me money, the people can ask me questions. Not the government. They're not government money. Why do I get the government? She's on no obligation, except in a code of law, where it is required for her to do so, then she can do so. But you can't go tell me who gave you money to build a foundation. They're not government money. What are you doing? What are you doing that one for? So the foundation is absolutely right to say that we're not doing it. Because what the law says, don't do it. The law prohibits that from happening. We're not against the fight against corruption. That's the reason why we gave the Arab group $2 million to do what they're doing. But they cannot go to do the wrong. And you guys should not even be supporting it. In your interest, you're a journalist. All they're not paying us. Most of them get hustle here. But you're salary there, you're telling me you're salary there. So you're making people out to your place. I have your hustle. Where you get the money from? Eh? Most of the journalists making people out. Some of them making your higher money, you're making, I can tell you all of you. Your higher money, nobody is making money on that. Oh. Eh? You make it, okay, nobody is making money for that. Okay, nobody is making money for that. But you get houses. You get houses, I call 40,000, 50,000. Some of you get houses, I call 100,000. Where you get the money from? Eh? Those are corruption. But it's not corruption. Labura is Labura. You're building houses here, you come to me, I want Sunday, I give you 1,000, I give you 500, somebody give you cement, somebody give you black, somebody give you day, you pay your labor. Somebody can ask you, say, tell me all the donor, give me the labor, the donor, I pay your husband. You did it right? It's wrong. So you should not, this is not about CDC. You're just thinking about it. No journalists yet. All of your guys say agree. Then you're making more than 500. 500 can pay you a mansion.
Oh. Mark, you're putting out your answer today.
I love the example the man giving that.
Oh, yes. Yes. I like, actually, Mark, that's what I really love in the entire interview. That example. And I'm going to put it and play that also after the show. That's good. Because, Mark, let's be real, right? I know some of my colleagues, I know a lot of people who sometimes go, especially when you have the economy or you have your land or you have your project, you can ask people, and somebody gave you that, for example, somebody gave you 10 bags of cement. We will ask to say, oh, my man, what a document for the cement. There's something, but anyway, more back. But I don't wear my own.
So you let Nathaniel Magay example, eh?
Yes, oh, I like that example. Even though he was challenging us, and also it's of shame and disgrace also to the government that thank God he mentioned that journalists, some of our colleagues, in fact, some of them are even volunteering. So to even talk about $50 or $100 is right. Now I'm not sugarcoat and say, oh yes, what it meant you talk to other journalists, but he meant right. Most of the guys that even that, most of the reporters, most of them, some of them are even volunteer.
When they volunteer bidder and not so much to you. You go to police volunteer, you go to LDA volunteer, you go to immigration, you come to journalists, you go to nurses.
I don't understand. Ali, there's a country that with a historic budget of 1.2 billion, they have big revenue expectation, but everybody in the country working on voluntary basis. I don't know how that works. I thought it should be paying way more than why it is.
Look, actually, that is statement, that is question and everything. I think it should also send out a serious or maybe alarm to the PUL and even to the government itself. What we're going through, and thank God, some of you that are even listening. Yeah, the man challenging journalists that nobody making $50 or $100. Yeah, the man.
And
They're joking all these things.
And he's saying the truth. That's the fight.
Yeah.
Which is very bad.
Well, that's it. Let's get pivot before we can go to the lines. We wanted to talk about this whole issue about this the photo op thing. The photo op thing.
The yellow machine?
No, not the yellow machine, but they hold Davos. There's photo op with the Elon Musk and SpaceX coming into the picture.
Yeah. They should also tell us about the latest news also about US withdrawing from the World Health Organization because there are a lot of reaction now coming from Liberia.
Oh, that invitation was given almost a year ago. I think January of 2025. That's when the US made an official declaration of no withdrawal. So it's just like following up on something that she did almost a year ago. Because they said the World Health Organization cannot even pay your own dues. America, they want to take out the biggest bread, even the NATO, even the Greenland that they want to deny. I don't want to go in that discussion. I don't know whether it can be something we do for tomorrow or because there are so many moving parts to it. And the whole thing about the Davos, like I said, is about the photo op. That's why our country is not doing better. We focus on the photo op than doing the people's work. That's why we don't focus on our domestic agenda. Because in Liberia, when you can prove to the average person that you're in good relationship with the Western world, then they believe that things okay for them. Even though everything in this country is being broken down into, right? Healthcare, education, right? I saw something from the foreign minister where she posting with Elon Musk. They would take a delegation. And it's not only limited to the Bwaga government, it's a cultural thing from the Wea government to any other government. You send people overseas, they come to UN General Assembly, they take pictures with these world leaders, but you don't see nothing happening on the ground for the poor person. Other countries are making far more progress. You won't go to Davos and see your Ibrahim Traore. Of the 200 and some more countries in the world, the leaders, they are less than 50 that are in your 10, and the foreign ministers, I think they're only 36. Because the other countries, they can weigh the assessment. They know their role in society before they can even attend the international conferences. Because for them, it's not essential. Tell me, when we talk about Davos, the World Economic Forum, it is a gathering wherein the major power players in the world go and decide how the global economy is going to be. They are talking about Greenland. They are talking about global warming. They are talking about artificial intelligence. They are talking about interest rate, bank interest rate around the world, like from the World Bank. Tell me, a country like Liberia, what kind of role you get to play that kind of a conference? That's why you went to the conference and you went in a closed-door meeting with the Financial Times, which happened to be a British newspaper, because when the big boss are in the room making decisions on global agenda, a country like Liberia is not essential. You are also a broadcaster, you are surplus to requirement. Why would you want to go to this kind of a meeting? Maybe why? And then the funny thing, I don't know whether they pay those guys to come and say, oh, Elon Musk believe, or he personally impressed by Liberia investment climate. Like, do I look stupid to you? Every international independent report that came about Liberia when it comes to global investment, they say Liberia is not a place to make an investment. And you want me to sit here and believe that the richest man in the world will tell you that he impressed by labor or business climate and investment climate. Isn't that a lie, Mabel? Isn't that how you know that you are making up stories? Because you went to a conference where you never even sat in the room. At the end
would they even see any post? Would they, and that's the thing, more like what you are saying. Why would you want to even take photos and acting like, in fact, you are even writing things that will even make you happy?
Yeah, she talking about the economic diplomacy has involved. I was like, okay, economic diplomacy has involved, but what is your input? And you are not at the table. We're talking about military and economic power that America, that China, that Russia, the EU, that India, people that can move the global economy. That's why they go wanted to go discuss. You, right in the Monetary Union, you are not even a major power in it, in terms of your economic strength. Before talking about ECOWAS, JEMRU, you are not even the biggest economy. So tell me, when you go to Davos, why are you going to be there? What kind of fish you get to fry in that oil? And then you won't come up and make this joke. And you're talking about Elon Musk. Look, Elon Musk, everything that Elon Musk is engaged into, you don't have that industry in Liberia. First, Elon Musk is into space exploration. Liberia is not going to space, maybe under the return of Christ. Second, Elon Musk is into electric cars. You don't have any industry for electric car. Third, Elon Musk is engaged into artificial intelligence. You don't even understand the concept of artificial intelligence in Liberia. You don't even know the platform, how to even build the infrastructure, before talking about technology itself. Elon Musk is into brain and computer interface they call Neuralink, wherein when you are born with certain developmental disability, they can put a computer chip in your brain to help you in that department. So how can you tell me, or my audience here, SKTV audience, that Elon Musk is very impressed with the business climate in Liberia? Are you kidding me? What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of lie is that? Elon Musk ain't got no interest over there. That's a lie. You only went to a conference wherein you cannot sit in the room with the major player. You have to go to some little, I call it fancy lecture. Because when you go to conferences, people can get assembled in small room, and you can interact with them. That's exactly what you did. You went into a room, then you're talking about closed door, not even open to the public. The Financial Times. The Financial Times is a British newspaper. If you're interested in having discussion with the British newspaper, why get invited to Liberia rather than taking our money to come to some international conference where you are considered non-essential? I'm not saying Liberia is not a country, but on the global stage, you are non-essential. They don't need you there because you're not going to make any input or any impact. So why are you coming there? But like I said, it's the same thing. It's the same tradition from one administration after another. You come to these global international conferences, you take hundreds of thousands of dollars, you bring a bunch of people that don't even know where they're coming to. They go on the internet, they do research, they come to these conferences because, well, they will get stopping, money will get in their pocket, they will get extra perks, they will sleep in some of the best hotels, they will travel, and that's just why it is. Nothing more. I just want to touch that point for the audience on SKTV because it's so sad for the average person out there believing that, oh, the government is doing great, we are back on the map. I like, come on, what are you talking about? You don't see any man.
That's the society that we live in. We live in a society where all of the issues, the major issues affecting people, all of these things have been downplayed, and people are just running up and down, thinking that all of these things that they are doing not going to develop or maybe bring something. Look, like you just said, my brother. For me, sometimes I don't waste my time on all of the international things because I know that at the end of the day, the little man that way in a bush there that listen to us, she don't even care about all of these things. All she wants is for her life to get better, to see 24-hour current or power, to be able to find food to eat and so forth for life. That's all. She don't care about who you interact with, who the other person that can do this one. All of these things are just you have the resources here. Who's stopping you from developing your own country? It's corruption. Because you allow corruption to stop you. So you just want to hear around. Well, anyway, but
the problem, we know the Unity Party, those people, they are good when it comes to taking pictures and other things. We know, even when all the travel they've been doing, when they go anywhere, the first thing we see that pictures will be flowing all on the internet. So why is it that they were in that building meeting with Elon Musk and we couldn't see no photo to show? like Elon Musk said, also broadcaster. You see? But when you say this thing, they will say, oh, you hate the government, and then small thing you will criticize whether they met Elon Musk or not. Send they say Elon Musk say Liberia is good for business. Okay, no problem. We support the government, and this is why we pray for. We pray for the best. Let Elon Musk come and do what he can do there, so that at least
Yeah.
our brothers and sisters and things, they can get job. That's what we want. Okay, so be a good, be a bad, we always pray for the best. Because like today, I listen to somebody talking, oh yes, President Baka and Elon Musk talk, and today we get Starlink internet in Liberia, this and that. Something that was there even before President Baka became president.
Yes.
You see, because
Liberia already posing for one of the Starlink to expand her operation Africa of all the countries now. Liberia, so what you got to do with that?
They were already there before President Baka said became president. Because I'm using it when I go, that's what I use. You see, so all of these things, but we pray for the best. Because when we say these things, they will say, oh, yeah, anything the government do, you will criticize this and that. Say Liberia is good for business climate. We pray Elon Musk should go there so that there can be a job opportunity for our people. We pray for the best. So let's watch
that's the
the
thing,
process.
because I think I can say because we train I don't know how many thousand young people. So you shouldn't stop this thing. Yeah, let the people come. Anyway, the young people
Let me ask you one question. Now, what I say, if you look at all this all of Tesla operations around the world and the kind of industry they are interested in, if Elon Musk thought that Liberia was a better country for investment, you think who will be coming to their friend? You think he will be on the next flight to come to Liberia?
Absolutely.
Why will you come to a Davos World Economic Forum and then you go on the side and then the next thing I'm seeing you at SpaceX headquarters in the name of an investment? That's a lie. You are just trying to brainwash dumb people who don't know what's happening because we're not allowed to slap our audience here on Sktv. That's a lie. It makes no sense. You went to the main conference, you never sat in the room because you are not supposed to be there. What you did was you went into a closed-door gathering, like I said, with the British Financial Times, because the Financial Times is the biggest or newspaper, the financial newspaper in Great Britain. Okay, so it tells me that if you are going to a closed-door meeting that is unrelated to the main event you went to, it means that you are supposed to be there. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. You are not essential. It almost like let me say it the way so I'll put it. It almost like FIFA said we are calling all the top clubs in the world to change some football rules and regulations for the whole world. They call Real Madrid, they call Man United, they call AC Milan. Then you go see Man United from Newcastle, they go into the conference to go and do what they? Yeah, if FIFA want to make a law to govern soccer around the world, you think when they call in clubs, like Man United will be in that meeting? That's exactly what you are doing. I mean, I'm not saying like bro, it's not a nation of my country, I'm proud of my country, but when it comes to the what they call it, World Economic Forum, that's not your place to be, man. Focus on your job. There are a lot of things that we have to do back when I was suffering the country. Everybody wanted photo ops. Everybody wanted
to suffering the country more. Like what you just said, man. But I was suffering the country because the money that you even taking for it, even carry.
Yeah.
That money can be something on the junior high school.
Yeah.
Or some kind of or maybe elementary school.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of time. Instead of you using the money for the maybe for the right purpose, you are using these monies in the name of putting Liberia back on the map. We're gonna map. They're gonna be asking someone.
That 100,000, I can buy a bunch of tissues and soap and carry to elementary school and sanitary pad for little girls. Then they'll come here, they can waste people time, they can take picture to go by and be dancing to the burger like that. You got something going. Why you got going for the country? Why we can see anything? What?
2 years today. Is they putting Liberia on the map? Anyway, they'll keep putting us on the map. But anyway, let's go straight to the yellow machines. Yeah, issue quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, the yellow machine issue tomorrow. No, we ain't got time. Live on one.
The yellow machine story started from the beginning. 35 pieces of yellow machines were deployed in the country. Based on the settlement that was made between we and the people brought that machine, settlement that did not include any cost, we didn't pay anything for it. They agreed that it would take those 35 pieces of machines back. So we have a different arrangement, one of which the new machines are coming. So there's no issue at all for those initial 35 pieces of machines that came over. I hope that answers your question.
All right. So, Mark, I hear you talking about, I don't know whether you want us to pause this until tomorrow.
I think we're exploring it tomorrow. Let's get more details on it because I want to get a reaction. I don't know where they carry those machines back, so we just for the sake of time.
Bibon.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
What? I stopped hearing from Mr. Koluba. He in the country?
Yeah, I think.
Koruba said that in fact you're going to go for a break or maybe up to 3 months.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You
Make
okay?
us go reach out.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
Make us reach out.
Yeah, we can go to the line. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the line to hear from our people. You can chip in on to all of the things that we just talked about here. Today mark the president of the Republic of Liberia, exactly 2 years in power on this day on today. David King, the first caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Devon. And good afternoon to Aliu and other one. You see, the United Party people, they claim to be sophisticated. But in my own mind, I believe that sophistication lies in the kind of lies they tell the Liberian people. They are only sophisticated liars, and that's why they carry about every day. These people are not sophisticated. These people, they are notorious for lying. Every little thing they go about doing, I let them know how convicted criminal last man.
That's about what we're talking about here, my brother. Please.
Yeah, concerning the thing, more stuff.
Yeah,
all right.
That goes straight to the issue.
How has spent Liberia a good climate for business. Yeah, Liberia is a good climate. Why you see all of the used car in Monrovia got concrete on the windscreen? Why are you seeing that happening? It is because when you buy one car from America, $500, they want you to pay 4 times the money that you bought a car from America to the free port of Monrovia. Is that a good place for investment? So today at the end result, people are carrying that containers of thing through Guinea and shipping that thing from America to Guinea, and they come by road through the border. So you got a good economy, you got a good investment climate. You don't have to go to the next door to do those kind of shipping there.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, David Kim. Keep a calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number, David Kim. Thank you. 1 minute at least, at most, maybe 1 minute 30 seconds. Yeah. So again, keep a calls coming, people. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Hello. Hello. All right, keep your calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number, and the WhatsApp number is also beneath. Those of you who are watching, you will see the number there. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Okay, thank you for your line of conversation this evening. But may I ask some, please? I know I'm going to be answering question, never be asking, but may I ask question, please?
Go ahead.
Is there not a thing like that the State Department doing that the State report on?
Yes, it's the same Liberia.
Is there not a thing like the U.S. Embassy gives security report on, and they're warning their citizens to not go to any kind of place at any hour of the night? Or they should not go in the suburban area, even the urban area where the moving with their auxiliary material, the security, they might have put it, they might be safe. Is there a thing like Liberia?
The same Liberia, well, I think that happened in December.
If you don't mind saying why do you people continue to lie and be wasting our time? You don't mind the citizen like Europe, of America. The American government is warning our citizens about the danger of security risk in Liberia. Are you kidding me? The people in Embassy that can guide a citizen out will be telling the citizen, even if someone in the Embassy, to be careful in Liberia. When you telling me that Elon Musk tell Liberia is good for business and we're hearing that all can report against business coming in Liberia, listen, all of us, let us see a few to Susan Imam Wakai and Kuni. If they are tired, let them back and leave.
All right, thank you. Thank you to this caller quickly. Good evening.
My name is Fufu. I'm Hussein Hill. I talk on around the Banner Base Junction. I listen to you and your panelists. Therefore, let me say this. And first, I want to begin by saying congratulations to the government and the president. Over the 2 years, massive achievement. It's the brothers who in the U.S. only see those developments on Facebook. They are not in country to move around the different countries and see the level of achievement the government has achieved over the short period. Yes, of course, they are in America in the diaspora, they are not on the ground. So we are there, we are feeling the inside of the 2 years of this government. What's the case point? The old man who said in Grand there, and find out that not come to Monrovia over the years, he come to Monrovia. The old man who did not have the opportunity to go in Grand Park of the business family, he has the opportunity to leave from one country to another because the corridors have been open, they are flyable. So unless those who stay in America and
Well, this thing used to happen maybe sometime one of the rainy time, but they are, excuse me now, yeah. So I don't want you to say that maybe this is the first time. No, the road been pliable during the road been pliable during dry season. It was one of the really silly challenges, in which of course we give it up to the government at least for maintaining the road. They really silly. Yeah, go ahead.
You said on the show 6 years ago, the president he supported, I put a back to his hometown.
Who told you? Who told you that? It's not true. It's not true. Stop saying that. It's not true. You tell me, say, when they really see my young man, I'm from the southeast. Let me say that.
You can voice it out, no problem, but let me end on this note. Therefore, let me say this country, we are on the top of the settlement. Other countries, Ghanaians, Nigerians, when the government of people travel to these countries, they come back and bring them. Some of those outcomes are not just on the surface. Sometimes we're not expected in a month or two. Sometimes they take zero, right?
Why you are not embracing former President we are in trouble for almost 60 days? Oh, yeah. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, better go ahead.
What is the interpretation of Kwame Amini? For him say, let us be able to come and say, the Kwame has gone for the target in the war for dollar time and dollar time. What do you say? You want to just say when you get down from here, you get from Rubio. But what means? What has your Kwame done? I can't tell you about war, your Kwame be able to say in a complete or in a that the spy we're looking for, the spy we wanted to come with this story. Now, thank you.
All right. To this caller, quickly. Good evening. Hello? Yeah, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm making sure going on. You're going to get lie. You're going to lie. You can lie. You can lie. You can lie. You
No, that's the man one of story, my brother. Don't go that way with the man, please. Leave the man. Thank you. To this caller, quickly. Good evening. Yeah, my brother. Go ahead. All right, thank you. Keep your calls coming 07702033125. Even before you send for the 200 plus machines, ask yourself which type of machine that the government also using to even maintain new rules. Hello, to this caller, good evening. I'm okay, my dear, but thank God for life. Go ahead.
Neighbor, thank you very much for the show this evening. I'm just sitting out listening, but my name is Archie Williams. I'm speaking from the program too. You see, there are millions of people in a particular country can testify for this particular thing. Who's in squatting over there? In one thing that the people saying is that we are in a country and we all grant that one day about we see all these things, and we are here, we know it. So when you're talking, you just come on, you just bring up the talk that you are supposed to come on the national platform with. But let me take go to President one himself. There's a good example. The FIFA example I'm talking about. FIFA is called the Champions League. They came from that door, a son of big for the team, turn to there and go to every day. Yeah, we qualify. What FIFA just do with you?
Well, it's still up the line, and that's why FIFA always giving a ranking. And if you fall below the belt, forget it. You are for you, but you are let them to happen. I know I can call it happen verb or why. Why you just part of the team now, or maybe the country, or maybe the football association. Hello, yeah, hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm okay, man. There, but I thank God for life. Go ahead.
I mean, it's coaching here. If you carry the people, because the people plan. If you don't go bad, if you didn't see the lack of knowledge, where Hosea chapter 6, and say my people, you got a lack of knowledge. So when I went to small things, they will publish it. This country here, we going beyond everything. If you don't know very cool in the country, if we not clear, we're not strong enough to do something, to change the whole narrative. The country will just be there.
All right, thank you. Keep your calls coming. We have the money, we have everything, but we keep struggling. We keep taking photos. We've been on the how to can do. This is what I've been on the thinking. Say yes, I had to go to that country because I think I'm seeing prospect. These people, they are in fact they are real group of people. They mean well. Their government and security, everything is in tight. But go to Google and go and Google about Liberia security. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening,
yes, my brother. Go ahead. Your name.
So my name is Martin Singleton Melbourne, and I join you this evening from Pinsville. So Melbourne, let me join the phrase by saying yes, nothing has changed since the government to the beginning of the government 2 years. The reason why I say so is because yesterday we bought gasoline, a gallon of gasoline for 2,800, but today we are buying it for $630.
No, it's not $630. Hello, please. Hello, it's not it there. The pump price and the government price, the way you should call. Any other sour price you see there is not the real price of petroleum. That means maybe those people they get their own, maybe by some kind of way, but we're talking about people that are paying taxes.
Yes. Where's the actual price of gasoline? Before I to the fast and also.
Okay, so the brand how much?
You can do the conversion.
No, you have to do it.
No, you do it. You don't come out with the project. You adding that to the government cloud we have foundation.
Hello, my young man, because that was crazy. When crisis happened, these prices go up. That was crisis. No, hello, the price was not fit. Hello now. Hello, you talk, right? The prices was not the fixed price. It was crisis. That's when you buy gasoline for even 3,000 or even 4,000. I may agree with you, but it was not the fixed price. So you don't say that to say, oh yeah, that price that was no. So go ahead.
So we are on a public media. And where many people listen to us, can we do a vivid analysis of what took place in the past 6 years and compare to the current 2 years?
They can pay for time. If you want to do it, they can pay for time.
Yeah, then come on the
But that's why you keep to change the library, you keep to rescue. So why they rescue the people?
Okay, I thank God for life. How will you compare crisis and that of good time? Yeah, go ahead.
I've been on the video in our where someone here we can go and sit down sometime with lecture with the guys. I'm a Muslim. I told the guys in the I said anyone who comes from Saudi, the chief imam, the whole world, enter Liberia. He said Unity Party of become liar. Nobody part of Unity Party can lie. That the party, the whole system that they just believe in lie. The call the head or the party is a liar. Everybody who are saying that Unity Party is a liar, that the whole lie there.
All right. Thank you. We take a few calls. So to that caller, the opportunity is here. Come on the show. Then you can explain maybe your government 2 or maybe 2 years. Yes, it's good. Come on the show. Yeah. Then you bring all of the things, the 3-day free calls that you talk about, that you campaign heavily against the previous government, the issue of data, all of these things that you talked about yesterday. And so, what are you getting these things, or maybe corrected, or maybe we're still struggling to get these things? How much was gasoline before 2024, before President Bouaka took over? There where now we should be doing another argument now about you used to buy gasoline 2,000. That was crazy. So even when crazy, how much you do back up already before doing the war time? Yeah, So something you gotta be thinking, what happened? Something happened. There was shortage. So because of shortage, so people were selling gasoline as any price that they want to. Well, you would say, yeah, that was based on poor leadership. Granted. And that's why you root the people out. That's why they were voted out. So there's no need to stay be doing pairing and this and that. But anyway, keep your calls coming. Let's take a few more calls. Then we'll cross over quick to our team of panelists here this evening. They are all following and listening, even though Brother AB wanted to join us. But unfortunately, today he's been a little bit busy. He will join us on tomorrow, the Friday edition. Yeah, again, keep your calls coming, people. 0770203125. That's the number for you to call. It's interesting. I know we had to maybe quote unquote, say what we want to say, but at the end of the day, Paul Labero first. I don't know how come the rescuers that used to talk about Paul Labero first. I don't know what happened now. Labero is now gradually moving away from their heart and moving straight to the political party. Yeah, I really used to admire them. Let me be frank. I really used to admire the United Party people by them. Hello, today's caller, quickly, good evening. Hello. Okay, that's good. Good for you, my dear brother. Go ahead and go sleep. Send you parts. Maybe you're coming from somewhere. Your line is basic. David King, what happened?
Yeah, maybe I just some correction I want to make.
Okay.
Maybe nobody forced to listen to this show. If you are not interested, then you put Cathy Bob in your ear. But this is a correction I want to make. The crisis in 2020, we have COVID-19. We had the Ukraine war, it had just started, and things were very tough everywhere in the world. But the pump price of gasoline at the time, when we were still sleeping in line to time other filling station, the pump price was $630. Go and check it out.
Oh yes, no, the people that said did not carry up. It was the how do you call it, the yes, it was these sour guys. I think they were the one because people had to get it.
They were inflating the price because some people could not bear it to be in the land. The land was so huge to every filling station. So when some of these guys who graduated from line school, like the principal, they will always come to pretend, and somebody say, John, we are so bad, right? For during the COVID time, John, we are so bad for rice for $2,400. It is now unprecedented that they are talking, we said buy burger rice, how they call it, 2,400. Rice is not even 2,400. Rice is 2,800, 2,750.
All right, thank you, my brother. I think we gotta go. We don't have lots of time for all of these things. Those of you who claim that maybe you want to come on a video and defend any of your come. Look, let me tell you, don't be emotional. We just talk about our lilies or our mothers, our sisters being emotional. Politically, you won't be emotional. One more. Anyway, we're back here.
The problem with the country it gets draining mentally and make you sick every day. You don't even want to come here someday. You're not even interested in what happened to your country. No matter what people say, you don't get it. How it's impacting your life, how it's draining resources from you, nothing happening for you. And you won't come to come play your same political defense always. Why you want to argue? You want to make that case about gasoline, then fine. We are talking about topic here. We got an agenda. We got a topics or two topics that we'll cover at the end of the day. You can't even throw light on the most important thing. You want to come here and play defense because you think someone is attacking your side. And that's just why it is. As always, people, no wonder why the government keep using these people. They got a reason to. They have every reason to abuse them in any kind of way possible. For us, we just say on Sktv platform here, we are not here to make choices for you. It's just that when the government try to play game, we will expose their game here. And we are not here to tell you we start to play defense for everyone, whether you're a sedition or Labour Day Party, that's your choice. We are not into the political back and forth. We are just saying based on things happening in the country, the government operation, concessions agreement, anything that impact the economy. That's all we can say here. We will give our viewpoint. We give the story that it is, and you will decide why you subscribe to. So if you think we come here to come play defense for Choda Boga gasoline for the Georgia gasoline, there that one, it's up to you. I'm not here for that. I'm not even engaged in that kind of a topic anyway. The most I can do is gasoline. Open the lamp, put to tell the price for gasoline. That's all I can do. That's the most I can do.
But the problem here, like doing Madaseli and Joseph Bakai 12 years, when you talk, they say, oh yeah, because of Ebola, this happened and that happened. But when you talk about George Weah says that when you talk about coronavirus, nope. The United Party people don't want you to talk about coronavirus. There was nothing that happened. There was not pandemic that took over the whole country. More you and I know, even when Corona took over, you know how much you used to buy gas in Minnesota. In America, all of the states, when you call the other person, California, they say, the pump here will buy gas $5. So people will say $4.50. The gas price was just that kind of, it was not even stable in the greatest country in America. Why much about
Liberia? Way beyond the Atlantic there.
You see, when you talk about rest, we used to buy rest on $68.58.
We should be buying rice.
You see, that's how we used to buy rest. During the corona, there was no rest. I had to drive from here to go all the way to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to a place, Woodland, to Musa Store to buy a bag of rest for $90 to bring it home for my family. 4 months, we couldn't get rest to restaurant.
Not because of crisis.
You see, because of crisis.
But the coronavirus changed the whole supply chain.
The whole supply.
The whole war. So what are you talking about?
You see, and today now, even day for yesterday, I went Jetro, I bought rest for $50.50. £100 bag. You see? This thing during the crisis, it happened in the whole world. Red price went on gasoline. It was a global crisis. And you listen to Joseph Baka when he took over, why he told you, he said, y'all listen to BBC. You see, but when he didn't tell people to listen to BBC. When he won the election now, he telling people to listen to BBC that the high prices is something, it's a global issue. But
the president, I can't remember this quickly. Yeah. The president, recent interview by Aliu, the president even said that no one person will develop their country. You only can try your best. I don't know what some of our people, what are they really thinking outside the box. I don't know what are some of you really follow, or you won't kill yourself for these people. But go ahead, yeah.
The funny thing, Aliu just said something. The coronavirus changed the whole supply chain worldwide. Let me just give you a typical example. In Liberia, you have 4 ports. 2 are really operational, Buchanan and Monrovia, right? The other 2, they are almost dead or non-functional. Do you know how many seaports we have in America?
No.
335. Okay. So a supply chain is going to affect America with 335 seaports. Think about country like Liberia, I got only 2. You do the math.
I swear to God. 2. Just 2.
2 functioning. Yeah.
And that's the thing, when nobody is saying that one government will, in fact, I don't even expect for United Party people to even to be computing or to be comparing themselves with a novice. Former President has already told you people that for him, he don't understand nothing. In fact, he's not even a politician. This is the first time. Why would you want to be comparing yourself? Every time it's about you and that of CDC. Then no, I think Mr. Connor said this sometime last year from the beginning of in fact 2024 rather, sorry, from President Bouaga first year. Mr. Connor said that if the United Party government be careful, they want us to be comparing them with that of CDC. I don't know that we're heading to, because if you are the whole campaign that we was inept, we don't know nothing. Yeah. We don't understand nothing. We are the failure. And all of the adjectives yesterday were used. You come here to be comparing and saying we are the car road can move from here, go to the play, the other one can happen, the other one can
there's how I see the comparison.
That's so funny.
There's how I see the comparison, right? That's why I always say that the 2 cannot even be compared, right?
But man,
Chosen
I see you tomorrow,
has
man.
wisdom and experience, and we are is a novice. So if a man with wisdom and experience can compare himself with a
We are
novice,
novice. Then
then
why?
it means he's less than a novice. That's just what he literally saying.
Oh yes, more, quite correct. You are quite correct. No need for us here to come on a show, or even those of you who are callers and be calling and be acting that you want them to do. You want. I understand time for politics. We will play the politics, but let's wait for 2029. It's not at this time. This time is time to start. But to come here and be acting like people are against your government, so all you can do is for you to call here and say what you want to say. You wasting.
But maybe I common sense now. They say you score 40 in the 10. Then I can say, oh, Mon score 80. Then they say, Mon, who can you compare yourself with the Canadians? I compare myself with the guy that score 40. We mean I went to the guy that score 40. Because why would I able to compare myself with the men that score 40?
Seriously, my brother. So some of you now it's just clear. You people are now telling us now that you declare that maybe your government is able to really deliver. Yeah, I think for all indication, because if you are comparing yourself with CDC, that you people, all of the adjectives that we all used yesterday, and we think,
on the comparison thing, this is what my expectation was. Since Joseph Bogakin with 40 years and experience and claim to be wisdom, after all that comparison, probably the Madam Sadi first thing. That was my expectation.
Good.
Because Madam Sadi came experience too. She came from the Harvard Tree economy. So I thought the comparison was going to be between Joseph Bogakin version of CDC versus Madam Sadi.
Well, but everything CDC project, CDC did, CDC fighting over project, and that. And I'm a good night, man. Yeah, man. What kind of country is this? Good night, people. See all of you on tomorrow by the grace of God. Tomorrow will be Friday, and the rest of the team will be here with us on Friday. That love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. That's the best way to go. Good night from my end here on 2FM 96.1. I'm John C. Mabon.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here, the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play police who make on you. I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, Sktv, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, Sano to Bakolu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.